All right, folks, listen, you done already seen the thumbnail. You know what we doing. We doing hot and honey chicken tenders. Listen, this is so easy. There's nothing to talk about. Let's get it. Okay, so look, this is what I do. You want to get yourself a bowl, right? You get yourself a bowl and look at my ingredients. You see I started with this egg, right? If you pay attention, look, I get everything that I need to make my wet batter. I put it all right here to ready and I got my whisk. So we'll just go ahead and add this. You know, this would be our sriracha. Supposed to use the right tool, and then the rest of the ingredients. And don't forget, the full ingredient list is on my website. That's Smokin and Grillin with AB.com, and that's WITAB.com, right? So obviously that's flour, and then when you see it super white, you know that's that cornstarch, right? Because we want it to be nice and, you know, crispy. Now we get in here and work this around like this. Now I'm gonna come here with my milk product, get this going. Now we start adding that in there. Now we're gonna talk about the consistency. I think the consistency of what we wanna have is, you know, something like pancake batter, right? And notice how I'm pouring it in here nice and slow. Look at that. That's key. And we don't have no lumps, obviously. We'll run this around the edge, pick up the rest of the, you know, flour and cornstarch, you know, and then we just go ahead and mix it up. Then you just continue to stir. And you can see right here, let me get this out of everybody's way. We're looking for that consistency of that pancake batter. Okay, so if you look right here, you can see I went ahead and set up both the stations because we had panko and then we had our wet batter, right? So I got these trays, I put them together. And if you guys didn't know, look how they all stay together. Now I'm getting ready to do another video that's gonna need a third station, and these come in a 3-pack. I'll leave a link somewhere on my website, you know, put them in the comments for you guys also, and the description box so you guys can check it out. Now, one of the things you're gonna need is you're gonna need like a little station where you can like stage everything from when you go from wet, panko, we wanted to sit up. So you're gonna need a baking sheet over the top of a baking pan, right? Now, for the chicken loins, these are it right there. Ooh-wee. Should I bring them over here so everybody can look at them? All right, real simple. Oh, and let me take this time to say, what you see left over right here, that's gonna be for our sauce, right? So when you measure it out, they come out just the way I got it. You use what you need. Once you're done with that, you have your hot soapy water, which I do over here on the side. And that right there, you can just soak all your dishes. And in between, when you're frying, you can wash. By the time you're done, everything is gone, right? So listen, I don't want to over talk anymore. Now these have already been cleaned and patted dry. Look at them, they're nice and dry. This is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and just drop this in here like this. I'm gonna drop several of them here. I know some of you guys are gonna say, AB, you know you can stick them in a bag. Yeah, I got it. We can stick them in a bag, yes we can. Right? But we're gonna do it like that. Now I'm gonna go ahead and and I'm gonna use this hand right here to be my wet hand. Right? So this is the one right here. Remember, I said it needs to be a consistency of like, well, I gotta say it the way I make my pancakes, right? So we get them like this, then I take it and then I just drop them in. All right, so listen, this is what we're gonna do. You put your cooking oil in there. Now I only went like about an inch from the bottom, right? This is my frying pan. I go here and I want to check it, right? I want to be at least 350, no higher than 375. So right now I'm passing through 349, 352, 353. We good. All right, so after testing it, everything is good. We had this, we made sure that, you know, we had that pancake, you know, type of wet batter, you know, that consistency. Now look, when I shake it here, you can barely see anything come off. Now we're gonna go ahead. Remember, 350 at the least, but I would tell you about 365 is the best. If you got 365, you're gonna love it. Because when you put these in here, believe me, it's gonna go ahead and, you know, bring it down a little bit. So if it's at 365, that's okay. And the reason we don't want it to be too high, because we want to make sure it's cooked, you know, thoroughly, right? And we don't want the outside to get so dark, right? So when you get one of these frying pans that's this big right here, listen, check that out. No overcrowding, that's nice. I could have did a better job, but that right there, nice. All right, now we just flip these over with. I'm watching the color. Now because of these are thin, you don't have to worry about them like, well, you got to pay attention, make sure they don't just, you know, brown too much on the bottom side, you know what I mean? Or whatever side is touching the bottom. And notice, look, I only put, like I said, about 1 inch. So when you add these in here, they'll start making the, the oil rise up. And to be specific on the type of oil that I use, I'm using a vegetable oil. I take them, I like to let it as much, because you got to set them down, right? So we try to get as much oil off because we want them to stay crispy, right? But look at that color right there. You see that? Y'all got it? Then we just put them right over there, let those drain. Let's look at these on the backside. I checked them, they all ready. Right, now this tenderloin can get 175 and still be juicy and tender, right? But these right here, I'm gonna go ahead and answer that question. I know y'all wanna know, like, AB, can you come in? No, I can't. No, I'm just playing, y'all. Love what I do, right? So we just let it run off like that, and we just stage them. Now I'm gonna go ahead and cook the rest of these. Now, hopefully you guys can pick this up, right? Because we stage these, you guys can see. Whew, look at these right here. Now, let's see, are they crispy? You hear that? Yes, sir. Now let me give you the real pro tip. You ever made fried chicken and then when you go to do your second batch, it don't come out the way you want it to? Don't forget, bring your temperature back up to, to where it's supposed to be, right? So when you put them down, you see that right there? What you're seeing is what you call success, folks. Especially for my new people out here. When you make these, I promise you, you're gonna love them. Now, I'm gonna leave a link. That's what's gonna pop up on the screen right there. That's for the Bang Bang chicken. You guys are gonna wanna make that too. Okay, so remember, when you should only have, look, butter, and if you pre-measured everything, it should be just like this. You should have 4. You got honey, sriracha, red chili flakes, and then you got your vinegar, right? I got myself a whisk. I started putting a little heat underneath the bottom of my my pan. You know what I mean? And I always start with a medium heat, right? So let's go ahead and get this in here. Look at this. Oh man, nothing like soft butter. All right, so you guys can see my butter has melted, right? So now I'm gonna come with my honey, just all of the rest of the ingredients, right? So this time I went ahead and got the right tool for the job, and that's me having like all different size spatulas. So we wanna get all of that honey. It's that raw honey, all right? Let's get this, get it all, because we wanna get it all in there. Vinegar, sriracha, and red chili flakes. All right, so if you look right here, it kind of like foams up, you know what I mean? But no worries. I just keep working it with the, with the whisk, just like this. And then this is really good. It's not gonna be, you don't want it too thick. You just want to be able to, coat it, right? So I'm gonna turn this off, let it settle down. Once this settles down, then we're gonna go ahead and toss. And I don't think I'm gonna toss, I think I'm just gonna pour this on top of the chicken. All right, so only thing left to do, and then, let me just show you the consistency of it, because you want it to be able to pour. You guys see that? Right there, you can see the thickness of it. That's all you want. You make it any thicker, it'll be hard for it to like coat everything, right? So that's what we're gonna do, folks. We're gonna take it, and then I want you guys to concentrate right here, because it's going down. Now I'm gonna just start right here. Let's try to do it, let's do it this way, just so everybody can see, right? So I'll just pour this over here like that. Ooh, look at that. I hope that, in this video that you guys just seen how easy it is. I'm telling you, the flavor is over the top. Just that honey and that heat, hands down. And it's crispy. So I'm gonna go ahead and just take this one right here. You guys can see it. You can see the thickness of it. Look at that right there. Let me just bring it up here like that. You see that? But look, that's enough talk. Let's just go ahead and taste it. That being said, cheers. I'm gonna tell you, the heat on it is real smooth. That's the way I like mine. It's got to like just gradually, let me know something is there, and then it kind of like just warms up. So if I was gonna say this, if you guys ask me, is this a kid-friendly recipe? Yes, sir. I mean, I wouldn't even let them know. It's just nice. Not overpowering at all. Now, you guys want to level it up, you can add more chili flakes to it if you want to, but that'll be on you. Now listen, I'm not finna over talk it because I'm ready to, get down and eat, and people behind here, they waiting on theirs, right? So let me know down in the comment section below, what would you serve this with? When you get down and you come back, talk to us and let us all know, because maybe we'll level up ours too. Now, with that being said, let me take this time to say thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, smash that subscribe button, and tell everybody out there, there's a channel out here that's simplifying these recipes and taking the mystery out of cooking. And guess what, folks? I lied. I'm keeping this one. I'm out. Peace.